Aloha, my kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we're going to be doing a reading for, who are we on? I think we're on Sagittarius. Oh, well, that's the first, there's a first time for everything. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. I trust that when the messages from our readings find you, that's when the message is yours. Sagittarius, please. What do we have for Sagittarius? Sagittarius placements. Okay. Sagittarius, you have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Hangman. Can I get one for this Five of Wands, please? One for Sagittarius for the Five of Wands. One for Sagittarius for the Five of Wands. Okay. And one for the Seven of Swords. Okay, Sagittarius. It's like there is a situation that you have been taking steps away from, but I think that we're telling ourselves that we're taking the steps away from it so that we can gain some control over maybe some of the conflict, so that, you know, you can get a little bit of a little bit of distance in between you and this person or situation is going to make things a whole lot better. I think what has become a slow realization is that it doesn't make you happy. You're trying to adjust and to see how to kind of, you know, your focus is to change the dynamic of the dynamic of struggle. Like that could be any kind of struggle, mental conflict, not understanding someone else, you know, having breakdowns in communication with someone, not seeing eye to eye in a lot of ways. And so it's kind of like taking the step back to and kind of moving slower or more assured. You're trying to regain that happiness, or you're trying to regain some sense of stability and you know, flow between you and a situation or you and a person. I don't think much has changed. And so, you know, we've progressed. It's not just Seven of Swords, it's the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, and now we're sitting in the Nine of Swords. Because it's almost as if every effort, everything that you're trying to put into it, the pull back has kind of left more questions, left more concerns. You're sure that if whatever this disharmonization isn't rectified, that we'll never achieve our, you know, fulfillment or our happiness. There's so much of that story that you can't see or can't extrapolate out. Like you can't see the moves that are going to happen, and that leaves you in a state of perhaps going over it again and again and again and again and again in your head. But I think what this is pointing out is that somewhere in you, you know that this is not satisfying for you, that it doesn't speak to you, and it's essentially saying that you will achieve what does speak to you when you can finally put that last sword into it, by viewing this, continuing to put the time into trying to see this from a different angle. You've tried to put in that time. It's kind of like a slight shift, right? Like a slight turn. you've been putting in the time to try and, right here, it's right here, to try and see if there's some way that you can over time adjust whatever this inconsistent energy, this interference energy is. But it's only led to more, and there's probably a reason for that, because it probably is back here with our 8 cups and not into the future with our 9 cups, right? But it's about switching that switch, like just ever so slightly, to realize that you are trying to get to the 9 cups, but that this is not the 9 cups. It sounds ever so slightly, except it sounds completely opposite. And I think that over time you've been, so if I can just diagram it, it's like this is where you need to head and this is where you've been heading, and over time you're seeing a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, that it's not your 9 of cups. And so it's just kinking it that one couple more degrees that way to be able to see it from a different perspective. Tell me about the 9 of Swords, please. 9 of Swords for Sagittarius. Like, it is a complete about face from where you think that you're heading, but over time you've realized that isn't necessarily the direction that you want to head in. And so where you actually are standing, right, is only slightly, you're far closer to your 9 of Cups than you think you are. This is just making it illusion and delusion, right? Can I get one for the 9 of Swords for Sagittarius? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's not going to take much at all to kind of see that. It's about taking that one tangible step, or having someone take that one tangible step, and it's what you'll realize is you're so much closer to this than you even realize, because you've taken this time out. It's just about, like, you're almost there. You're almost at that point. One more for the 9 of Swords, please. More for the 9 of Swords. We're still trying to decide which way we're going to go. This is a graduation. You're learning something. You're leveling up in some way, shape, or form, because this is asking you to go where you haven't been before. When we're not learning our lessons, we do the same thing over and over and over again, right? But this is having that courage to go someplace we've never been before, to start off on a new way of doing things so we don't go back into the loop. And when you choose that, that's when you get to your 9 of Cups. Tell me about the Hangman, please. Tell me about the Hangman for Sagittarius. Hangman for Sagittarius, please. This may have a lot to do with, I mean, it is that 8th to the 9th cup, right? It's seeing that there's like a juggling right here to mitigate this. It's like a juggling of, we've tried all of this, which is to re-strategize, to rethink, it's been a lot of work, and it's, you know, really when it comes down to it, there's 2 tangible outcomes, and we can't create both of those. We have to look to the one that's going to be what fulfills us. Having that self-love, knowing that we choose ourselves first, right? We tried. We did what we could with the 2 cups. We went ahead and tried to mitigate that out. This very well could be a timing thing, but what it's asking you for right now is to follow what is going to make you happy. What is in it. I think, I don't know who I had this for before, but I feel like I'm repeating myself when I say that. Knowing what's in your cup will help you to achieve the 9 of Cups, because that is when someone's able to come and match our cup. What we're seeing for ourselves, what we're activating in the universe, what we're engaging with, what that energy is, what's being drawn to us. And right now it's asking you to put one of them down, to choose what's in your cup, to go off on this journey of self-love and fulfillment. And in that, you will find things that fulfill you. The universe will show you things that will fulfill you. This is a lot of dedicated effort. This is a lot of strength and resilience and beautiful energy that we've poured into something. But it's about new, right? This is both about new. Page of Pentacles and Two of Wands is both about new, taking the new journey, that choosing the other fork in the road. We've been down this path. We know what this looks like. And slowly by slowly, we've been learning that that it isn't exactly what we're looking for. That really, when we boil it down, we're intent on finishing this process out, but the true way to finish it out is to realize that how we feel is most important, and when we chase that dream, that's the dream that comes true. At least for now. This does have a timing aspect to it, but I think you've put in a lot of dedicated time to learn that which you truly needed to know, everything you needed to know to have that self-fulfillment, that emotional fulfillment for yourself, and that is to choose yourself first. It's kind of bleeding into Scorpio. This is kind of the same Scorpio sensation that I've been having for them for a long time, which is that they need to just be selfish, choose themselves, and determine what's going to make them happy. And anything that fits into that, great, it can stay in. Anything that doesn't fit into that, we don't have time for that. Okay, Sagittarius, that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for subscribing and sharing your energy and taking the time out to watch this video. And as always, mahalo.